the Steve Bowen Show here on Cyberstation USA.com. I'm your host, Steve Bowen. I got special guest Dan Double D Stan with me in the studio today.
Hey, Steve, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Hey, good to have you, Dan. And we also got the man, POC, straight from Atlanta, Patrick O'Connell, with us today in the studio.
Hey, thanks, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here.
Hey, good to have you here. Good to have you here. Hey, Heath Ledger, he died.
It's tragedy.
Very tragic.
Tragedy.
Very tragic. You know, they're calling it an accidental drug overdose. Authorities found 6 different types of prescription drugs in his apartment, including pills to treat insomnia and anxiety, but no illegal drugs.
It sounds like depression to me.
Depression?
Depression to me tends me to think, it's suicide, unfortunately, but who knows what actually happened.
It's all over Hollywood these days. I mean, look at Britney. It's just a matter of time when she kills herself.
It's craziness.
It is.
Craziness.
It's crazy, Something's got to be done. They had an autopsy. It was inconclusive, so we don't know what really happened yet. They're going to do more tests. Lee Daniels, who produced Monsters Ball back in 2001, which starred Ledger, he said, I didn't see him as a drug addict. I saw him as someone who enjoyed life, and he said, I know drug addicts. He was not a drug addict. So, and I believe what he said there. I don't think Heath Ledger was a drug addict. I think that, he's going through some obvious tough times, and he took a few too many pills.
Apparently a few.
So, sorry to hear what happened to you, Ledger. But 10 Things I Hate About You, great movie. Reminds me of back being a kid,
Yeah, it's good. Great memories with that movie.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Knight's Tale, not gonna lie.
Knight's Tale, yeah, it wasn't bad.
Should also be interesting to see what they do with the new Batman movie. He's supposed to star in that.
The Joker, yeah.
The Joker.
I bet you would make a pretty good Joker.
The previews look good, so who knows? Hopefully it comes out on time. I mean,
Batman's good stuff. Hey, I like the one ear on, one ear off look you got there,
Stan. Gangster.
Straight gangster, yeah, because you're so gangster with your Priest Holmes jersey.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of ironic that Joker dies at the end and Heath Ledger died at the end too.
Oh, Pat, you're just a nice guy over there.
Hey, it's just ironic.
It is kind of ironic. To the Steve Bowen Show, we got this segment here, playoff predictions here. Coming up on February 3rd in Arizona, we got the 42nd Super Bowl with the Pats and the Giants. NFC leads all time, 21-20. They're not going to win this one, though. But the AFC has won 8 of the last 10 games after losing 13 straight.
It's an interesting stat. I mean, it just shows you that the AFC recently has just been that much better than the NFC. And I think it's obvious
definitely obvious
in the interdivision games in the regular season. It shows, and then obviously the past 8 or 9 years.
This one out. Patriots have 20 players with Super Bowl experience. Been in the Super Bowl. The Giants 3.
That's an important stat.
Huge stat.
I think that's a really important.
The
stat.
Super Bowl. It's the world's biggest sporting event. And experience is what you want.
I think it's huge also, like you learn how to deal with media week and media day and not let that distract you.
Yeah,
and I mean,
exactly.
although the trash talking has already started, I think the Patriots know how to handle it. They've been in this situation before.
Definitely.
And even their younger guys who haven't been there before, can look up to the veterans and see how to handle stuff.
And the Pats talking to the media, Wes Welker, he's like, yeah, I'm being quarterback this week. We're going to put Brady out in the wideout. And guys are just making jokes about it, and that's exactly what Belichick has them doing, and that's a great tactic.
I think it's hysterical if you ask me.
It's funny, because Belichick's the man. He loves messing with the media, because it's what you need to do. You don't want to give any upside to the other team. So, big stat, 20 players with Super Bowl experience, Giants with 3. That's a huge deal right there. I'm going to give the Pats 3 points just for that, because Brady was talking about on EEI last week about how when you get to the Super Bowl, people want this, people want that. You have to be able to manage yourself, your time with everybody. Because that's what it takes, because everybody wants something from you. And you've got to be able to think football and think about the game plan and what's gonna happen. Patriots led the NFL this year, 36.8 points per game, the highest in the Super Bowl ever. That's an unbelievable stat. Averaging 36 points a game.
Absolutely crazy.
Absolutely
crazy.
Patriots average 41 yards and 3 points per drive. By far the best in the league. 41 yards a drive.
When you average at least a field goal every drive, you know you're gonna put an offense.
What's Miami average? Like -5 yards per drive? Come on now.
3 points for the other team every time.
Yeah, really. When they have the ball, they score a touchdown 42% of the time. 42%.
I mean, it's,
Another amazing figure. And people think that this game's going to be close.
I don't think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. I mean, the Giants' defense, their defensive front is maybe the best in football. Absolutely absurd. They had a lot of pressure on Brady in that last game of the regular season.
They did.
Although, I mean, it is interesting to say that the Patriots were missing some of the starting offensive linemen during that game. So now that everyone's healthy, it'll be interesting to see.
And what does Brady love to do when they bring the pressure?
Oh, he just dumps it over the
Welker,
middle.
Falk, all day, okay? Yeah. Randy Moss has got 2 catches in the last 2 games. No, not this week. Moss is going off. You know, the spotlight is on. Brady loves the spotlight. Moss loves the spotlight. You know, it's just set for us.
I have that feeling too. I have a feeling Brady Moss is going to have a huge game.
Yep.
Like at least 2 catches over 40 yards type game.
Maroney's going off this week too. Again, 2 TDs from Maroney I got. He's been running unbelievable.
Yeah, it's awesome to see it after a regular season where everyone was questioning him and all that stuff. But they didn't need him in the regular season. You know, they had Welker, Stallworth, and Moss. When you have those 3 receivers with Brady at the helm.
Yeah.
You know.
There's even talks about, you know, our pick for the 49ers maybe even stepping up to first to third to get McFadden, because Maroney, you know, we thought he was trade bait.
Yeah, I mean, I do think McFadden will be a great back in this league.
Oh, definitely.
The Patriots aren't going to want to.
We don't need him.
Aren't going to want to pay money for, you know, a running back right off the bat.
No.
Top 3 pick.
We need a linebacker.
Yeah, they'll pick a linebacker. Or who knows what Belichick will do?
Yeah,
but whatever he does,
it's genius.
I'm
going with it. Whatever you want to do, Belichick, you do.
It's all you.
Last stat before we get into the head-to-head matchups here. Since 2001, the Patriots are 24-7 when meeting teams for the 2nd or 3rd time in the same season. We played the Giants in Week 17. We beat them. We're playing them again in the Super Bowl.
I think that's all Belichick, if you ask me. When Belichick sees a team for one, and when he has 2 weeks to prepare for a team, I forget what his record is, but it's amazing.
It is amazing.
And
you know,
that's just a great coach.
He's one of the best coaches of all time in any sport. The 3rd team to reach the Super Bowl by winning 3 straight road games. You know, joining the Steelers and the Pats.
That is a hell of a stat. If you
That's
ask
a great
me.
stat. You know.
That's just a testament to how good this team is and how well they're playing. When you can go into Green Bay and win in those conditions against Brett Favre, who's had a season like...
And Ryan Grant, who's been running off, you know. When they hold him to less than 40 yards, was it last week?
40, yeah.
You know?
And in those conditions, you need to be able to run the ball to establish...
Exactly, and they stopped the run.
Yeah.
You know? They've got one of the best defensive lines, you know, in the last decade. One of the best.
I do think it's also interesting. Times, I mean, granted... Those were not good kicking conditions, but you can't miss those type of field goals.
No, but he hit it when it counts.
Well, he also missed it in the regular time. So, you know, he has missed a clutch field goal.
He's definitely shaky.
He's also hit a clutch field goal, which is huge. But
we'll get into Gostowski versus Tynes in a little bit here.